said the cameras came out, started documenting the culture for either commercial or for, those people that were really wanting to document the commercial. At what point did you start to be like, wow, I just got this gig, or I can start, making a little bit of money off of this? What
was that first paycheck?
Yeah.
What was the very first, hey, Mr. Wiggles?
I think Crazy Legs, man. Crazy Legs is getting all his money.
Mm-hmm.
We do I think we did a show at Studio 54, and it was for Antonio's Girls. Legs, if you out there, remember that. That was the first real appearance I made with Rocksteady. I was kind of getting in, and I remember in the back of the room, and I could tell you all kind of that was going on back there.
Mm-hmm.
Studio 54, hey.
Yeah, legendary.
And then after we got on stage and did our thing and jumped off, he just started handing out money. Legs is handing out 20 here, 10 there, and he looked at me and he's like iffy about what, should I give him some money? And people like, nah. And he gave me like probably $5, $10,
So yeah, first Mr. Wiggles gig, $5.
$10. Man, I was like, what? I don't got a rack today. I could go buy some White Castle or something.
Yeah, there you go.
It was nice.
That's dope. So you never, it wasn't like a battled into Rocksteady. It just kind of.
Oh, you did more than battle.
Okay, so tell us just how that happened.
I can't tell everything. But,
okay, that's fine.
tell
the good.
As much as you can.
Well, the truth is that we bite our tongues a lot,
Yeah.
And we shouldn't. When we're teaching the culture, people got to know what we did.
Yeah.
And the first time I hung out with Rocksteady, we didn't dance or none of that, We were robbing people. Mm-hmm. There was a sub-crew to Rocksteady called Yoke City Mob. And on that particular day, it was Yoke City, not Rocksteady. Mm. And, I liked it. We hung out. I got to meet all these cats. But then, I was like, I don't want to be a stick-up kid. I want to do graffiti. I was a writer. I didn't know the dancing was going to take off. Mm-hmm. Little by little, when it started taking off, it was all about, going to jams, and I like that, And yeah, we did have to battle, but Kippy D would pick me up from school, and we went to battle everybody. We went to roller rinks, we skipped school, went to Bruckner roller rink, went to high school, sneaking into the cafeteria, and we started battling people, and that was like my initiation.
Yeah.
What film first? Was it Wild Style or Beat Street?
Oh, Wild Style was before Beat Street.
Yeah. Tell us about that. Like, how'd they approach you? Like, I'd imagine it wasn't like a casting process. They just
no.
Yeah.
You had to have a name.
Okay.
And I wasn't Rocksteady fully yet, so I didn't get in to be in with Rocksteady. But I was hanging with Little Spud, Little Rodney C, KK Rockwell. They're from my neighborhood. They're from the South Bronx.
Okay.
And I'm with them on the daily, and we're going to Rodney's house. We getting zooted, and Rodney's practicing with KK Rockwell the routines that they did in Wild Style. And they brought in the little Puerto Rican. I was the little Puerto Rican in the neighborhood that could get down. So they put me in their crew, and I performed with them.
Out of all the movie productions you've done, do you have one that you felt was like the closest to being
Wild Style, the amphitheater. Wild Style in the amphitheater. That jam was the best jam I've ever been in my life. It was amazing. Everybody on that stage, if you was on that stage, you was somebody. You were me being on the stage with all them people that I'm looking on the stage, like I'm on the stage with Busy B, with Mo D, I'm on the stage with DST, I'm Flash, everybody's on that stage, and I felt so proud. That was my moment.
Yeah. So everyone who got into dance in this new era of like your You Got Serves and Step Ups and I don't know what other new dance movies are coming out now, but be sure to go back and check out the early 80s movies. I'm a Beat Street kid. That was the first one I saw that got me hooked into it, and then I went back and looked at everything else. I never even got into breaking because I was like, Beat Street's better,
Yeah.
But just be sure to look into it because it's the root of all the, I don't know what to call it, like street dance styles. But if you're into Step Up and You Got Served and all that, you have to go back and look at the original movies.
These are the foundations, and just going to his website is a great reference that you can see hip-hop history. Basically, what Wiggles has provided for all of us. I know I've been on there and just learning things. I mean, just even learning things from you in the car, it's just as simple. We have these resources in front of us. I mean, obviously, you were learning, having people do websites before you were on Kazaa. You know what I mean? When all these file sharing. So the 2017, like we have no excuses. We really don't. And I think it just goes back to how, we were talking about originally, like, move the tissue, move the pillow, go on. If you got to stay up an extra hour later, because if you want it, then go for it.
Yeah.
And I think just us being able to learn about the roots and how you had to get pushed into a circle, we all need that little extra bump, which is why we do these things, you know what I mean? So.
Okay, so we have so much to talk about, but I want to connect everyone watching us. We have a lot of comments and questions. Jam, do you have one queued up, or you want me to?
Yeah, so we got Boogie D in the building. Okay. Shout out to Boogie D.
Shout out.
He's got a question. He wants to know what made you move to Vegas, and how was the scene then in Vegas when you moved, and what can we do to get you more involved in the scene that we have?
Well, Vegas had a lot of people coming back and forth. Vegas already had a scene early on that were influenced from popping and locking first. Then Mr. Freeze and Sugar Pop helped establish more of the East and West Coast by doing a splash. They would tell us about it, but we were like, Vegas, I don't know. Elvis Presley, that's all we could think about.
Yeah. 6 feet of wood.
Back then it was Elvis.
Yeah.
And then when I got the opportunity to come the first time, I was going to do Splash, and it didn't work out. Thank God. I went back home with the family in the Bronx. And then I got a show that I was working on in New York, and the hotel, New York, when they first opened, bought the show. And I was in charge of the hip-hop portion. I had my own budget. I had my own priorities. I could do whatever I wanted. So I brought in the Electric Boogaloos. I brought in Style Elements and Renegades, the New Cats, and we put on an incredible performance, late 90s. So I moved in about 96, 97. And, the scene kind of died down a little, but we had Floor Rock throwing down, and we had a couple of other cats that were still representing. And then we started putting our own little events together. And we did the first funk style event, Electric Boogaloos, where we invited Demons of the Minds, and we put together, we invited other people, but they wasn't ready to roll with us, and we knew what we were going to do with the group. We put the group together, Electric Boogaloos again, in Vegas.
Wow.
And we wanted to make a movement and take it all over the world. We invited Demons, and we invited other people, but they didn't want to participate. And we tried to help establish a presence with a foundation in Vegas, and we did that in the late 90s. And, I think Vegas has blown up and did exactly what it's supposed to do. It's a dancer's paradise, and we're proud of that,
Yeah, definitely.
And I want to participate more, y'all, I will. I promise you I will. I'll be back in Vegas doing more things, y'all. I'm doing my world thing right now, but I do want to come back and represent out here. It's like my second home, My home is still New York.
Yeah, Wiggs, I could tell you, before we spent a whole week asking people what do they want to say to you or ask you, and a lot of people were like asking like, when are you gonna do more stuff here? There is a huge demand for that. I'm sorry.
And no, just to say, because we were talking about this in the car and stuff, just about all the different people that have come through and be at your house, do privates or whatever. But I really think it's not so much. We've had discussions so many times about, man, like, come on, USA, where you at? Step up, I've seen you in Japan, I've seen you in France, like. And that's what it is, man. It's our duty. You know what I mean? You've put in the work, and of course, if we say, hey, let's do something together, we both put in the work, but it really is up to us. You know what I mean? Like, it just so happens that the blessing for yourself is that you get to travel around the world, and you get to bless your family, and you get to bless what you've learned out there, and they want it. It takes us to not sit here and be like, dang, man, why can't Wiggles be at this event? It's like, well,
make it happen. Don't take
that's why. That honestly, like this right now, having you in this chair and in the step-by-step house is us trying to do something. You know what I mean? And even in the car when I was asking you, because I'm like, oh man, you're doing hip hop camp, Arizona, Utah, Seattle,
Colorado,
Denver, and it's like, and I told you, I said, I want to take you to Idaho. That's my goal. So I think it just takes us.
Let's go all 50 states, man. Let's go Hawaii and Alaska too.
I know before this, like one of our reps in Alaska, he's like, man, how can I do it? Tagged you so that we can make this happen rather than sit here and be like, why isn't it happening?
Let me explain Hip Hop Camp too, because we don't have a lot of people in America they don't, they got scared money. They don't want to do nothing with the money. They're gonna make the money, and then they terrified of that money. They put that down. They scared. And we know scared money don't make money. I do this on my own hip hop camp. If you don't got the budget or you don't want to finance it, just contact me. I'll put the money up. I'll fly myself in. I'll rent your studio. You don't gotta give me no studio. I'll rent it. All right. And you just help me promote it, or I'll promote it on my own, get my pre-registration on my site, and I'll do it. So if you want me in your city, hit me up. I'll finance the whole thing, and I'll come out. All right? I'll take the risk. All right? There's no excuse now.
There's no excuse now.
No excuse, USA.
Yeah.
Really?
I take all the risk. You ain't got to put up or down.
We talk about this theme a lot, about how not only the world catch up to us so quickly, like they're passing us in many ways, and a big part of that is because particularly like in Asia where the poppers are so dope, because they always brought you and Pete out, and when you get direct access to that knowledge, knowledge is power, right? And they get that power. So we gotta take the power back. And not that it's a competition between U.S. and the rest of the world.
It's always a competition.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Gotta hold it down. We got Dion Jones. He's from Arizona. He wants to know, who or what do you study in the dance scene?
He's Dion. I just peeped you out recently too, my brother. He's a nasty dancer.
Yeah,
he
Say
is.
that one more time.
He wants to know, who or what do you study now in the dance scene?
Well, I'm looking at Green. I won't even lie about that. Green, not because just he's a great dancer.
Green Tech.
Yeah. He's in battle mode. He's in street mode constantly. And I watch the two-step when they're in the circle, but I also watch the two-step when they're on the sidelines. I watch the two-step when they're eating a burger in a restaurant. I'm watching your two-step all the time. He's not fake. He's real. His whole vibe is real. He's really living that life, and I appreciate that. Along with a lot of other great dancers, he's one of the cats I do watch. I won't lie. And if you make me clap, that's cool. If you make me pissed, that's something else. If you make me jealous, now you got my attention.
Okay.
So he managed to do all three.
I love it.
Green is dope. He's a nasty dude. I got my eye on him.
Okay. So we got
Poe
another.
One has a question too, Al.
Poe One.
Yeah.
We'll
get-
Puerto Rican. My Puerto Rican.
Yeah.
What's up, Poe?
For my light skin.
Yeah. Okay. We'll hear. It's a good question. He asks, what keeps that fire burning in your heart to keep going after all these years and with all the stupid politics that exist? Question part 1. Question part 2, who was the first person that would be considered a boy that you seen hit the floor when you were a shorty and made you want to do it?
All right. Well, that's my Puerto Rican brother right there. Puerto Rican.
Puerto Rican.
I'm used to it, man. If you're not ready for the trash talk and the shit talk and you ain't got a stomach for that, you don't belong in this game. I grew up with it. It doesn't bother me one freaking bit. I mean, I expect it. If I don't get nobody talking shit about me or trashing me, then I ain't doing my job, man. To be honest, I'm not here to make you better. I'm here to make you quit. I'm not here to make you, all of y'all happy. I'm here to make y'all scared or make y'all rethink your dance. Not scared in a physical manner. Scared to step, My mind hasn't changed since I was a little kid. In my mind, I could smoke everybody. That don't change, Physically, I might have issues, but in my mind, I haven't changed one bit. I'm still competitive. I'm watching battles like, I'll catch this kid. I will smoke him. I'll give him the battle, but in my mind, it hasn't changed, And I expect they're going to trash talk. It's part of the game, Don't take it personal. There's a lot of people going off on everybody. I take it all with a grain of salt when I see them. They're going to get the same hug, the same love, the same pound, the same respect. It don't bother me. And it's part of the game. I respect them more that they're able to open their mouth and not be scared to say something. Second part, he's talking on the B-boy tip is Beaver, Zulu King, because he had the whole flavor, the whole package, the speed. He hit the floor and attacked the floor real aggressive. There was a boy and a girl that I haven't got their names yet. I'm trying to find out. And it was that girl. She pulled her pants leg up. Oh, it was a dude. He said dude, but this girl pulled her pants leg up and did what Crazy Legs does when he does the drunk man. And then she hit the floor and she opened me up. That girl was amazing. I don't know who she was. A sister from the Bronx. And I'm still that little Puerto Rican trying to get in on the breaking tip, And she blew me away and literally smoked me and my people and blew my mind that she threw down that hard.
It's almost like you remember the people that smoked you more than anyone else. It's almost like an honor to get smoked. Is it, how do you balance that? How is it like, because everyone gets smoked, right? When you're on the come up, it's bound to happen. So do you just think it's like the Wild West and, you know, you get enough gunfights, you're going to lose some?
You know,
what
it's like, you got shot and you're like, wow, you were fast.
Yeah.
Can I shake your hand before I die?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, I think we were kids, you know. You play basketball, you get smoked in basketball, and you don't take it personal.
Mm-hmm.
It's no different, you know. It was like a game of basketball or handball, you know. And yeah, you know, I was impressed, and I got smoked, and I didn't shake a hand. I didn't shake nobody's hand that smoked me. I was just like, wow, you know, that was amazing. I think, you know, we're little kid. I'm a little kid. I was not a diehard great b-boy at that time. I was impressed by anything. But the impression they left was not just that they were dope, it was the attack. It looked like, you know, the feeling when you see a good street fight, they had that in their dance. And that's what I felt like, wow, you know.